Zoe, I'm going to make some 4/4 lamb chops, and I've got 4/4 lamb chops.
Okay.
You know, the 4/4 is the top part from the back. Can you put a nice amount of salt and pepper straight over the top of them? Because, you know, as people have heard me say before, salt loves meat and meat loves salt, and you need plenty of them.
I'm amazed you're getting me to put the salt on.
Exactly. I'm just making sure that you know exactly what I mean about making sure there's plenty of salt. And I know you do sort of agree with salt on meat is a good thing, but,
Yep.
you know, less salt in our diet is probably what you're trying to say.
Well, less processed salts and all those hidden salts in the packaged foods that we eat. So more fresh food like this and less of the nasty, you know, packaged stuff, which you simply don't need.
Now you're talking. That's what I like to hear. And what I do, Zoe, just a tiny little bit of olive oil on there. And what that does is I'll just sort of rub that in, helps everything to sort of stick. But when I put the chops straight onto the grill, they'll actually, it'll help it to cook nice and quickly.
Lovely.
And what I'll do, nice and easily, I'll just put the chops on top of each other like that, and you sort of pick up all the flavour and move the chops around so you've got plenty of that flavour all over it. And you can see they're sort of seasoned on both sides. Now, what I'm going to do, Zoe, is straight onto the hot part of my grill. So I'm going to put the chops straight on top of there. Look at that. You can hear that sizzle straight away. You know, if they were big chops, you'd sort of put them on like that and jump up and down like that, but they're not that big. You like that?
This is a good portion size, if you ask me.
Now, I'm going to make a chimichurri, which is a sort of relish, a South American relish that goes really well with grilled meats. And what I've got is really simple ingredients. I've got some parsley, some onion here. I've got this microplant. If you can get 2 cloves of garlic and just microplant them straight onto the bench there, I'm just going to get a little bit of this parsley and give it a rough chop. Now, you can get really sort of fussy with a chimichurri and cut it all really nice and fine, but I reckon the more rustic it is, the better it is. The chops are on there. I reckon they've got about 5 minutes to cook. I'll turn them over every, minute or so. And by the time we've chopped all this and put it together, it'll all be ready.
Now, can I get you a bowl to pop this in?
Yeah, right behind you is a nice little glass bowl. I'll just finish chopping that. Now, the beauty of this is it's a really sort of strong, flavoursome sort of relish or sauce to go with the meat. So it's got the garlic in there. I'm going to chop some onion, raw onion through there as well.
Okay, interesting. Michael and I went to Brazil a couple of years ago, and I actually watched them literally at the table put all of this in a bowl and serve it up with the meat they were eating. It was delicious, really flavoursome and really simple, which we're seeing here.
Exactly. You know, it's something, all these ingredients are in any normal pantry, which is what I love. That's the thing I love about cooking, using stuff that you've already got. Now, there's half an onion. I'm going to throw that in there. Right. Zoe, I've got some oregano there. Can you just, about a tablespoon in there?
Right.
Throw in whatever you think. We're going to make this together, so you put in whatever you think. Good
Make a
tablespoon.
creative licence over your dishes. This is rare.
Well, we're working together with this. You're helping me, so I'm going to allow you to have a bit of say. I've got some cumin there and some cayenne pepper, a nice sort of pinch in there to give it a bit of punch. And I've got some rosemary here. I'm just going to give this a sort of rough chop. They don't normally put rosemary in there, but I thought, why not? Just a little bit of rosemary to go with the lamb. They go so well. And some lemon zest. If you can just put a little bit of lemon zest in there and then cut that lemon in half and squeeze the lemon juice in there.
Beautiful flavours.
Here we go.
You know, the Brazilians and all the South Americans, they definitely know how to cook meat. Very, very talented.
They do it really well.
Australia too.
If only they would age it a little bit longer on the bone, but they kill them, they get them onto the grill straight away and eat them.
Half a lemon?
Half a lemon straight in there. And you can see the meat, it's very thin, so it won't take long to cook. Nice amount of heat there. I'll just turn that over like that. You can already see there's a few little marks on there. What I want to do, Zoe, is sear the outside of these chops so it sort of locks in the flavour and the juices. And I'll turn these a couple more times. So as the juices sort of try and escape out of the top, we turn it over and the juices have to stay in there. Now, I've got some red wine vinegar here and I'll put a nice amount of that in there. A good sort of splush. That's our unit of measurement now, isn't it? There we go, splush of that in there. And some white pepper as well. I've got about a teaspoon of white pepper in there. Nice. And some extra virgin olive oil. A good sort of slug. I call it a slug because when you tip it out, it goes glug, 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 so they sound the same. How's that? There we go. Turn that over. Now, I reckon that's just about done. Would you like to have just a little taste of that?
Yeah, I'd love to.
And it's going to be powerful, strong, delicious, with grilled meat.
Wow, that's taken my breath away.
There we go. That's how good it is. Now, this will take a couple more minutes. We'll give that a bit of a stir up, clean this down, and we'll pull together a beautiful lamb and chimichurri dish. Look at that, Zoe. They're nicely cooked, nice and sort of golden and seared on the outside. Now, some people like their lamb chops nice and rare. Me, I like them cooked a little bit more, you know. Maybe my beef, I like it rare, but my lamb, I like it cooked a little bit more. Now, the chimichurri, you know, nice and fresh like this is great. You could actually let it sit there for a couple of hours and marinate or fester, as I like to say, but you know, a little bit of that on top. There we go.
I was going to do it the other way around.
Oh, really? I'm going to put some on top of there, take a nice little sort of cut of this this chump chop.
You know what? These are exactly the flavours I love. You know, really a bit of spice, a bit of punch to the chimichurri. Now, I'm going to do a little eggplant salad for you. We can eat this together later.
I can't wait.